beginning of the Parsha, the Torah says that Sarah lived to be 127 years old. It is interesting that the name of the Parsha is Chayei Sarah, the life of Sarah, when Sarah dies in its first two psukim. Of course, it might not be appropriate to name the Parsha Misa Sarah, the death of Sarah, but perhaps the Parsha could have had a more fitting name. We find a similar question in Parshas Vayechi. There too, the very first psukim of the Parsha discuss that Yaakov lived for 147 years. And it is basically about Yaakov's death, rather than his life. What is the significance of these Parsha name choices? Is there significance to these Parsha name choices? In general, the Sedra gets its name from the first, second, or third word of the Parsha, unless the opening is an introductory verse of Hashem talking to someone, in which case its name comes from the first, second, or third word following the introduction. In many cases, it seems that the name of the Parsha is largely unrelated to its contents. However, using the logic, as we see in Parshas Bereishis, with Adam naming the animals, that a name specifically in Lashon HaKodesh is not just a label, but also is an insight into the essential nature of the thing, so too, I want to suggest that the name of the Parsha can be an insight into an essence of the Parsha. Which brings us back to our original question. Why is Parshas Chayei Sarah called Chayei Sarah? One answer is found in Sefer Melchamos Yehuda, which cites a medrash from the beginning of our Parsha. The medrash on the first pasuk in Chayei Sarah quotes the pasuk in Tehillim, Yodea Hashem yemei timimim v'nachlasam le'olam tiyeh. Hashem is aware of the days of those who are perfect. Their legacy shall last forever. The point of this medrash is that even though a person may die in a certain sense, he continues to live on. If a person lives a full and complete life, yemei timimim, a life that is full of Torah and mitzvos and ma'asim tovim, then that person indeed keeps on living. That is what the end of the pasuk refers to. Their legacy shall last forever. However, I want to suggest a slightly different direction. Towards the end of the Parsha, after Avram Avinu secures Ma'aras HaMachpelah as a burial site for Sarah Imenu, and after Avraham sends Eliezer on a mission to find a wife for his son Yitzchak, it is interesting that the result of Yitzchak uniting with Rivka is Vayinachem Yitzchak acharei imo, that Yitzchak is finally consoled after his mother Sarah. Why did Yitzchak need consoling? Well, the simple humanistic response would be the pain felt by a son who lost his mother, though I wonder if one can ever fully get over that pain. On a deeper level, imagine the void felt by Yitzchak and others with the absence of their mother and matriarch Sarah, a woman who with Avram taught monotheism, known for her chesed, kindness and hospitality. It seems to be in this logic that Rashi brings in Bereishis Rabbah, in understanding V'yeha Yitzchak Ola Sarah imo, that just before, or as they got married, when Yitzchak brought Rivka into the tent of Sarah, Rivka became the image of Sarah. What does that mean as we look at Rashi? Rashi says, V'harei hi Sarah imo, and behold, she was Sarah's mother. Klomar, V'naseis dugma Sarah imo, shekol zman shesara kayemes, that as long as Sarah was alive, hayan ner daluk, me'erev Shabbos le'erev Shabbos. From Erev Shabbos to Erev Shabbos, there was a candle lit. Uvracha mitzuya be'isan, there was a blessing with the dough. Va'anan kashur ala ohel, and there was a cloud that was constantly stationed over the tent. Umishemesa, but when she died, pasku, it all stopped. Uchshebas Rivka, chazru. But when Rivka came back, when Rivka came into the picture, everything returned. Why is it that Avram had to be so particular with Eliezer? And in turn, Eliezer further raising the criteria for possible wives for Yitzchak? It is because of Chayei Sarah. The essence, the standards that Sarah lived by and established as a way of life for the Imahot. So in returning to our original question, as to why this parsha is called Chayei Sarah, when Sarah dies in its first 2 psukim, the answer is that the whole parsha reflects and emphasizes Sarah's true chayim, whether it's her legacy or her way of life. There was a new standard for how a Jew must carry themselves from then until today. This leaves us to wonder, what chayim, what standards are we establishing for our children and for future generations to emulate? Have an amazing week and a Shabbat Shalom.